Go.
I'm Scott Riddle, and I want to share with you our little weekend do-it-yourself project. And the thing about do-it-yourself projects is you want to save money. So how we do this is we try to take advantage of sales. And this weekend at Lowe's they had 4 bags of the red bark mulch for 10 bucks, so we decided to go for it. Now, this is one garden that we finished already. The reason that we minimalized this garden as much as we like planting a little heavier usually is that we live in California and we're experiencing a drought. We also have a large ash tree and the roots are very evasive and it's almost impossible to water this enough to keep it looking good. So it was like throwing money down the drain. So we decided to take out all the plants and succulents, lay down some landscape fabric, and do some nice red mulch, and it really pops. The color really pops the house. And it's a great inexpensive way to really make your house look a little more sophisticated. I was a little adverse at first, but I'm really enjoying it now. So we're going to show you just basics. It's a really basic thing, and the cost is less than $100, especially when you can get Lowe's mulch on sale for that price. So this is the garden that we're working on right now. We already dug up the soil and we planted a frangipani, a sago palm, and another frangipani. And after your soil is loosened up, you want to use a tapper and make sure that you tap it down nice and flat, because after it's flat, you're going to use less mulch, of course, filling in hills and bumps and things like that. Landscape fabric is very easy to work with. You can buy a large roll of it. You can find it almost anywhere, including Lowe's. And it's very forgiving. You can cut it into any shape. It doesn't take a very sharp pair of scissors, and it's pretty lickety split. You can also do pieces. Now, they will sell you the stakes, because after you lay your landscape fabric down, you have to stake it. But you can also buy this inexpensive aluminum wire, cut a piece about 7-8 inches long, do a quick bend, and voila, you have a very inexpensive stake. So just for example's sake, you can see our soil's nice and flat. We fitted our piece of landscape fabric really well, and we're going to go in here, and this pushes right through and stakes it down. And what this is going to do is keep it from coming up in the corners and what have you when you are laying your mulch. There you go. So once you've got your landscape fabric filled in as well as you can and as close as you can, you're going to start laying your mulch in. I highly suggest, especially with the colored mulch, but I guess any mulch, because you're going to get slivers if you have soft skin, especially if the ladies are working on this project. You don't want to ruin your hands and your nails. But with this red colored mulch, what you're going to find is the dye does come off on your hands, and it can be irritating. And it's though it will wash off, it's not the easiest thing to wash off, and it's just not worth the skin irritation and the trouble. So get a nice thick pair of gloves. Pour your mulch in a nice mound. And then, slowly and carefully, start working it into your corners. We're going to get it under the eaves trough. We also moved our soil a bit away from the house, because it's never good to have soil meeting your house, because it invites termites and also rot of different sorts. So we've pulled the soil away from the house a good inch or so. And now I'm going to just slowly smooth my mulch out over my landscape fabric, around my plant. And it's up to you how thick you want it, but I would suggest, minus it spilling over your border, the thicker the better, because it is going to break down, and animals might walk on it, the wind's going to blow, and I think it's better for water conservation too to have it a little bit thicker. So there you go. Weekend do-it-yourself project. Thank you, Lowe's, for making a beautiful life a little more affordable.